everybody, and welcome to the first ever Traveling Robert cooking show, pilot episode. And today we're gonna do a shredded chicken, which is a variation of a typical Cuban dish called ropa vieja. And here we have, it got erased, but it's probably a little over a pound of chicken breast. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna bring this chicken breast to a boil, and we're gonna boil it in water for about 2 hours. The ropa vieja is nothing more than shredded beef, and the literal translation would be old clothes. So what we're gonna do, we're just gonna, it's still a little bit frozen, but it doesn't matter, it's gonna stick it in there, bring it to a boil. Once it starts boiling, I'm gonna add a little bit of salt and pepper to this water, because this is gonna be a very nice broth for later. Broth or stock, I can never remember the difference. Never seems to boil, does it? Okay, here we go. It looks like it wants to start boiling, so I have some kosher salt left over here. I'm just gonna put a little bit of salt in here so the chicken comes out with some flavor, and then this broth will also have some flavor, and a little bit of pepper, why not? And now we're gonna, as soon as it starts boiling, I'm gonna cover it up and reduce it to medium low, like a simmer, and we'll be back in about an hour and a half. This is gonna be good. Take a look at him. Smells so good. It's been about 90 minutes, and I think our chicken is ready to be shredded. By the way, I'm gonna let this broth reduce a little more after we take the chicken out. Let's proceed to shred the chicken. Ooh, so tender. It's gonna be beautiful. See, it almost, see, you don't need any effort to shred this thing. This is gonna be fantastic. Okay, I'll come back when it's fully shredded. Okay, here's the chicken, beautifully shredded. Okay, for the sofrito, we're gonna use some onions, some garlic, green and red peppers, which is a staple of Cuban cuisine, all this. Some manzanilla olives, Spanish manzanilla olives, and these two are not really in the original recipe, but we're gonna use some carrots and celery as well in our sofrito. And of course, some tomato sauce, not much. And vino seco, which is golden wine, cooking wine.
Don't forget to smash the garlic a little bit before cutting it. A little salt and pepper. Okay, let's see it from the other angle. And don't worry, I'll explain everything at the end. Okay, let me explain. After all this stuff has been sauteing for a few minutes and the onions are translucent, we're going to add some of that golden cooking wine I showed you earlier.
Maybe a little more than half a cup.
By the way, I cook very much by instinct, so I have no idea how much wine I put, but I estimate about 3/4 of a cup or something in that neighborhood. It is time to add our shredded chicken to the sofrito. Sofrito is all this sauteing mix. Let's mix it up a little bit so the flavors combine, and then add our tomato sauce. Normally you would add more tomato sauce, but sometimes I don't like it too tomatoey. I get heartburn. Besides, that's all the sauce I had left. Okay, maybe there was a little more left. Then we add the olives, which are going to give it a more of that acidic flavor. Sometimes I dice them, but this time I forgot. Also, I'm going to add some frozen sweet peas, another key ingredient that I forgot to show you at the beginning. And continue mixing it all up.
I almost forgot. We need to put some oregano, of course. And some cumin. And I like to put also some, if I can find it here, some smoked paprika. Now we're gonna add some of this chicken stock we've been making here. A little more. Now we're gonna let all these flavors mix together.
Okay, let's get the very last bit of that tomato sauce by adding some stock to the jar.
Put a little more salt and give it a taste test. I don't like this salt. Let's let it simmer for a good 10 minutes so those carrots and the celery cooks. Okay, Cuban food doesn't generally call for a hot sauce, but we like to put a little bit of sriracha, you know, just for good measure. Well, I just realized that this dish is usually consumed with rice, so I forgot. We're gonna make some basmati rice. Looking good. Actually, basmati rice, you cook it just like pasta. You just boil it for 11 minutes with a little bit of salt and then drain it. And I think I'm boiling it too much. Bon appetit! Well, thank you all so much for watching this first ever RV cooking show, which is very much a work in progress still. I understand that, very much in beta, like they would say in the software world. And we're working on it. The first thing you might notice is I'm not in the RV and I'm calling it Robert's RV cooking show. And the thing is, before we really delve into it, I wanted to make this pilot in a more familiar setting, because I do cook a lot more here in my sticks and bricks than in the RV. We're not full-timers yet, as you all know. And yeah, I know I have to work on the cameras some, and next time I'll wear the microphone, I promise. But besides that, the dish came out good. We tasted it and it was good. I wish you guys had a smell-o-vision. But anyways, if you have any questions or any suggestions or future dishes that you would like me to cook, please do comment below.
And if this is your first time here, do subscribe to the channel. That would make my day. And also give it a thumbs up if you liked it. If you didn't like it, it's fine. Give it a thumbs down. And if you find value in the work that I do here, do click on that Patreon button. And I really, really appreciate your support of the show, of all the shows that I'm doing. Until the next time, thank you so much for watching. And I'll see you on the road, or see you cooking on the road. I don't know, I need to come up with an outro for this show. Bye now.